Well, with me on this Friday morning is the Chief Minister. After an interesting last Saturday, wasn't it? Yes, the march through Ramsey. I suppose people will say, give you due, you were there. You got it wasn't quite a lynch mob, but it certainly was a vocal crowd, should we say, that talked to you there. Any comments you want to make on this? Because it's ongoing, and you're not going to be at the meeting.
No, unfortunately, as Chief Minister, as you know, I have a very heavy schedule, and I'm already committed for the next public meeting. But no, I was there. I spoke to quite a few people on the march. Feelings clearly are running high still in Ramsey. They want a solution to this. They want to make sure that the post office is kept, ideally in the existing courthouse building, and that the post office staff are properly looked after. I think the message that was initially broadcast with the public meeting at the school a week or two previously was reinforced last week, and I think for all of us politicians who were there, we've got the message very clearly from them.
The criticism was, and it's from this MTTV interview last week, about you saying there's no need to be there for the next meeting, and there was a lot of people questioning that. Do you stand by that?
Yeah, perhaps I didn't make myself clear on that. The only point I was making was that the majority of people in the town made such a forceful argument at the grammar school about the changes that they didn't want to see and how they wanted the post office to be run, that everybody who needed to be aware of them was at that meeting and got the message very, very clearly. And therefore, the only point I was making was a second public march actually isn't going to change things that much, because we already know exactly what the people of Ramsey think.
Second public meeting, you mean, rather march? Yes.
No, the march on last week, as I say, I thought that politicians and the Post Office Board have got the message very, very clearly from people, that there is no ambiguity about it. And my only comment was that the march and even the second meeting at this stage isn't at this stage going to change things very much, because we are still looking at alternative ways of delivering exactly what the public want.
And this second meeting, you're not there. Mr. Singer, who now is not on it anymore, is not going to be there. Mr. Kelly says, from the CEO of the Post Office, is not going to go either. Will Mr. Kajin be there?
I don't know. I have to say I've not been involved in this. I think it's the Ramsey Commissioners which are organising seem to be organising the meeting. I have a long-standing meeting with people from off Ireland. Mr. Singer, I don't know, has told me he's not turning up because I think he's off Ireland himself somewhere. As to the Post Office Board, I don't know, again, whether all or part of them will turn up.
Mr. Singer says he's on government business. You know that?
All I know is that he's away. I don't know what business he's on.
He's still at Ramsey MHK, so obviously an interest still carries on. So there's going to be no. I mean, are you thinking there's nothing that's going to come up basically at this meeting that you can do anything about?
The only promise I can make to people, which I've done all along, I'm Ramsey MHK as well as Chief Minister. I'm well aware of the passion behind this, and I've made the point very clearly before. My family have been involved with the Post Office for years, so I know everybody involved in it. We are doing our best at the moment through the Post Office, through the Cabinet Office, and through the Commissioners as well, to try and find the best possible way forward, which will keep everyone happy, end up with a win-win situation. But we've got to find a solution which will not just satisfy the people of Ramsey, but also to enable the Post Office to stabilise its finances. Otherwise, this whole issue is going to blow up again in a couple of years' time in a much more serious way. And so we are trying to find a way forward which will satisfy everybody's needs, but for the long term.
Any reaction to Mr. Singer? When I interviewed him on Saturday, he said to me on the interview that he was thinking about his position over the weekend. And 10 minutes later, he's on the stage saying he had made up his mind that he was going to come off that board. And since then, there's been this incredible amount of ping-ponging going between him and the board about what happened at these meetings. Did he get asked to be removed? As you suggested, he said he had a conflict of interest. Or was he told to go? Have you got anything that you want to add to this?
I am assured that he was not told to go. The board has no ability to order a elected member of that board to leave a meeting. I don't know, in fact, Mr. Singer seems to have changed that position this morning on the radio, saying, in fact, that he did leave of his own volition. He
Splitting hairs,
sort of,
he then called it. So
it's not. It's a big difference between walking out of a meeting and being kicked out of a meeting. No politician is kicked out of a meeting in that context. So that did not happen. The big advantage, I thought at the time of appointing Mr. Singer to the Post Office Board in the first place, which he was very, very supportive of initially, was that he would be able to argue Ramsey's position from the inside and look after Ramsey's interest as a member of the board, as a member of the decision-making panel. So resigning in that way or walking out of a meeting, frankly, weakens Ramsey's position rather than strengthens it. So I'm disappointed with the way it's turned out, because it's not in Ramsey's interest.